Guys, I want you to imagine for 1 second the rise of the Black Empire on Azeroth. N'Zoth has risen from the depths. There's giant obelisks everywhere, insectoid bug people, tentacles and eyeballs and tiny adorable fox people. And a whole lot more. All of it coming to battle for Azeroth in its upcoming patch. Now I'm Nixxiom, and I'm somewhat of an expert on tentacles from all my years as a teenager watching and today we are going to discuss this new patch and what is coming to World of Warcraft. So stay tuned, because we got a lot to talk about. When a new major patch is released in World of Warcraft, there is obviously going to be a new raid that is going to be added to the game. And this one's no different. In this patch, we're going to be indulging in a 12-boss raid called Neolotha. Dude, nobody can pronounce these words. Anyway, in this raid, we're gonna fight the servants of the Old God, ranging from his nasty tentacle-infused monsters, crazy cult humans, whatever else is in there, and ultimately, we are going to fight the Old God himself. So yeah, for those of you guys that thought that the next expansion was gonna be this giant Old God freak show, you were wrong. Blizzard established all this lore around N'Zoth just to kill him in a single raid at the end of BFA. Now, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say one word. You guys can say it down in the comment section down below, because I ain't going to say a thing until the end of the video. But the raid isn't all we're getting, because we're also going to see a lot of brand new things added to the game. Now, the first of which are assaults, which are just regular assaults, the same ones that we've done for quite a while now, but this time these assaults are going to be on the Titan facilities across Azeroth. Now, there's not too much to say about assaults and blah blah blah, because we've seen those before, but then there is this. Horrific visions. That was way too spooky. Horrific visions are kind of like a solo, yet you can also do it in groups of up to 5 players, kind of dungeons, sort of, not really. The point is, you go into one of these 2 visions, both of which are either Orgrimmar or Stormwind, and you see what would become of the world if N'Zoth were to win and claim victory. You literally are peeling back the veil to behold what the Old God's influence can lead to. Now that might sound kinda whatever, but here's the catch. When you go into one of these visions, you will quickly be overcome by the power of the Old God and his influence, and you're going to be forced from it. You're defeated. You just can't handle that level of mental corruption from N'Zoth, man. You ain't ready. However, during your time in the vision, you will have a chance to collect items and resources that you can use to upgrade your Heart of Azeroth, to make you able to stay in the visions longer, as well as making you in general more powerful when fighting the mobs in the visions and taking on the challenges. You'll also be working with Rathian, that guy that everybody draws Rule 34 of, where he's banging Anduin, and you will help him craft a legendary cloak that will help you, the player, withstand N'Zoth's corruption further while in these scenarios. So pretty much, the more that you do these horrific visions, the more resources you'll gather, the more you'll interact with Rathian, and the more you'll grow to tolerate and withstand the influence of the Old God. Until the point comes that you're able to defeat these visions entirely, whether you are solo or in a group. And of course, in the raid, whose name we're not going to attempt to pronounce again, these newly gained powers to your Heart of Azeroth, the cloak, whatever, they're going to aid you in the raid as well with defeating N'Zoth and his minions.
Now, it's over to James with the weather. James?
What I'm trying to say is, I think this whole horrific visions idea, it's a pretty neat and creative, idea. I like it. It seems new, looks kind of cool, and we'll see how it does. However, I do worry that because there's only 2 horrific visions, this might get old and repetitive kind of quick, although I do like the progression system they're putting in, but I don't know, we'll have to wait to find out. Blizzard did say in their video, however, that these encounters, these visions, they're supposed to be really challenging. They're supposed to be annoying and difficult to overcome, similar to the Mage Tower back in Legion. So at least they're gonna make it so it's not really that simple to clear through them. And that's good because we don't want people clearing this stuff after just one day. I mean, that would be stupid. Now, because of these attacks on the Titan forging facilities across Azeroth, Blizzard is talking about adding this sort of old god forging system into the game, where it's kind of like Titan forging, but it's like old god themed or something. I don't know. Now personally, I don't like Titan forging. You guys know that. I don't like the idea of Bobby putting in the hours and the work to earn a high item level piece of gear, and then Billy, he rolls into some low difficulty version of the content, does it, and he gets an item that Titan forges to the power of the same piece of gear that Bobby worked for and earned. I just don't find that to be fair. It's like putting in the hours to get an A in a classroom, then some dillweed who sits in the back gets a D, but it Titan forges up to an A. How is that fair? Would you guys like a system like that? Or would you support it? Of course not. But you know what you guys could support? This video by scrolling down and hitting the like button. That's right. Please? I don't know how this old god Titan forging system is gonna work, man, but I do hope it's not the same system with just some purple thrown onto our weapons now, or some new effects added to the drops that make it so you run a raid 1,000,000 times and you just hope this old god forged version of your sword drops, that when you use it, every auto attack has a chance to summon a tentacle that's gonna deal 10,000 extra damage. I don't know. It's a neat idea on paper, but I think it's gonna be annoying and stupid in its execution, but I don't know. More details coming soon. We will see what they've got planned. On the bright side, however, there are also 2 new allied races coming to this patch. The Vulpera are coming to the Horde, and the Mechagnomes are coming to the Alliance. Now let me be real with you guys about something. I don't like gnomes. They're a plague on this planet, and they need to be exterminated on sight. But I'm gonna say one thing. Mechagnomes do look kinda cool. I mean, would you look at those little gears and gizmos that are all over them? This bitch even has a claw. My girlfriend don't have no claw. Do you have a claw? No. So yeah, I think the Mechagnomes are kind of neat looking. I know that my shirt says True Horde on it, but I'm just not a big fan of tiny fox people, you know, adorable little furries, whatever. It's not really my cup of tea, but, you know, whatever. Different strokes, different folks. But for those of you who are fans of the older races, kind of like me, and, you know, probably a lot of you guys as well, the Goblins and the Worgen, who recently had their models updated in the previous patch, well, they are getting their own heritage armor sets at long last. The Goblins are getting some dope-looking tech gear, complete with explosions and whatever, and Worgen, they're getting this fancy outfit with a top hat that makes you look like some sort of Gilnean lord.
Now that is one sexy ass Worgen.
Another thing is the auction house is being completely renovated in this patch. It's being made easier to use and just overall more convenient. Okay, this is going to be a little bit confusing and hard to explain, but essentially, when you put up items into the auction house, they will not appear as individual listings, but as a large stack within everybody else's items, I think. And this is supposed to eliminate all of those pages of people putting up a single linen cloth for sale. Pages and pages of that, man. So if you throw up 20 linen cloth and somebody buys 12 of it, you'll get paid only for the 12 and receive the 8 back in the mail. Or something like that. I don't know. Now let's be honest, they could have spent their time investing in World of Warcraft Battle Hero Action Combat Arena, but I guess a change to the auction house is okay too.
Arthas versus Illidan. Begin.
In all seriousness though, Blizzard has said that the point of this whole auction house rework is to reduce lag in the system and just make the auction house more approachable and more convenient for people to use. And well, if the lag is that bad, well, I mean, I guess this is going to be a cool change. I guess. I do like the idea of the favorite items tab that you can buy from, however. That's a pretty cool idea. I'm glad that's being added to the base game, but all that's really left to say is there is a heroic version of the Darkshore Warfront coming out with this patch. fun, I guess. There's some old god additions to mythic keystones being added in to make the runs less repetitive and have more engagement. That's pretty cool. For those of you out there who love to slaughter each other in the field of battle, a new PvP season is about to begin, and all of this will be live on the PTR very soon, if not already when this video goes live. So what do I think about this patch overall? It's alright. Really, the only thing I could complain about is that I'm a bit disappointed that N'Zoth isn't getting his own expansion and he's just going to be killed off in BFA. Well, at least I assume he's going to be killed off in BFA. We're going to have to wait for the end cinematic, but if he is, really? Like, that's how his story is going to end? It's kind of a shame. I think the horrific visions are pretty neat for an idea. I like the clear progression system that whole feature is going to offer. Rathian coming back is going to be cool from a lore perspective. Old God forging / new Titan forging and the auction house overall, I mean, I don't know, man, but everything seems fine and decent enough, and I'll definitely play a Mechagnome given the chance. Yeah, I guess, when I'm not playing Classic. But what do you guys think about all these changes and new features coming to BFA? I mean, what do you think about the fact that BFA is about to end and we're about to see another new World of Warcraft expansion? Tuskar Necromancers are finally coming to the game. Let us know down in the comment section below. Let's hear the community's thoughts on this near conclusion to the Battle for Azeroth expansion. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, give it a like. Seriously, like the video, it helps. Sub if you want, hit the bell for notifications on when I upload a new video, and I will see you guys with my next project. Oh, and one more thing. Penis.